In 1975, after the worldwide success of Jaws, Japan's Toho Studios, known for producing films such as Ikiru, Only Yesterday, Spirited Away, Yojimbo, among many others, tasked a young commercial director, Nobuhiko Obayashi, to come up with a story for a film that could match the success of Jaws. Obayashi, who was then a relatively obscure commercials director at Dentsu, was known for his surrealist and absurd filmmaking style. He, along with screenwriter Chiho Katsura and with the additional help from his 11-year-old daughter Chigumi, came up with an idea for a horror movie which would incorporate Chigumi's vivid imagination in a story which would resemble any old folklore. They presented the idea at Toho, whose executives found it completely incomprehensible. But luckily, Toho was in such an insecure position at that time, as post Japan's New Wave cinema, a lot of the conventional movies that they had made had flopped badly at the box office, and therefore they were desperate for something unconventional. They greenlit the project, but they couldn't let Obayashi direct the film as he wasn't a better director at Toho. Funnily enough, no director at Toho even dared to go near the script, and the script rotted in developmental hell for the next 2 years. In these 2 years, Obayashi kept himself busy by generating public interest in the project by commissioning a radio drama and a manga. Impressed with Obayashi's dedication, the executives at Toho finally allowed him to make the film. According to Obayashi, who was a survivor of the deadly nuclear attack at Hiroshima as a child, Hausu was meant as a message for people who didn't get to experience the horrors of the war. Hausu expressed the atomic bomb to children using extremely childish imagery that they could understand. Therefore, he made this film to re-evaluate Japanese history since the Pacific War. This theme is interwoven into the plot of the film. Gorgeous writes a letter to her auntie asking if she and her friends can spend their summer vacations with her. Auntie obliges, and the seven high schoolers make their way into her house in the countryside. Once there, each girl goes missing one by one, and the girls soon realize that the real auntie has been dead for years and that auntie's vengeful spirit preys upon any unwed females that venture into the house. Auntie's spirit does so because before leaving to fight during the war, Auntie's fiance had promised her that he would be back, but is instead martyred, leaving Auntie heartbroken. Which means that the characters of Auntie and the seven young girls are basically an allegory for a generation that experienced the horrors of the war and another generation that lives in relative peace. While this is the plot of the film, what makes Hausu Hausu is how Obayashi portrayed this on the screen. You see, people don't like Hausu because it's a particularly well made film or is well acted or truly a terrifying horror movie. People like it because it's none of those things. Hausu is an ironically bad film. Obayashi had intended on making the best worst film of all time. For this, he picked models who had no prior working experience as actors. He even gave their characters names based upon their primary characteristics, which makes the movie even funnier. Therefore, Gorgeous is really pretty. Mac, which is short for stomach, is always hungry. Kung Fu is athletic and brave. Prof is studious and wears glasses. Melody has an eye for music. Fanta or fantasy is always daydreaming. And Sweet is just plain boring. Even the secondary cast is made entirely of family and friends of the crew, which lend to the movie's iconically bad yet campy acting. He also put in a lot of effort into making the film look as amateurish as possible. Therefore, the painted backdrops in the scene look extremely cartoonish and have a skewed perspective to them. He even preferred using special effects over practical effects at the time when green screen technology wasn't as sophisticated as it is now. Even the sound designing of this film is purposefully bad, as two contrasting pieces of music play together during scenes. partly because of its bad acting, silly special effects, and the wacky and absurd ways in which each of the girls is killed, but also because it offers a fun antidote to all the goody good Oscar Beatty movies that is marketed throughout the year. This movie is like Pink Flamingos or The Rocky Horror Picture Show or Clue even. Movies that are unabashedly chaotic but so much fun to watch. While Michael Haneke's seminal 1997 film Funny Games made its viewers question the morality behind enjoying violence on screen, while watching Hausu, one might question what party drugs were these people on while making this film. Nonetheless, Hausu simply offers you a fun experience, although an acid induced nightmare of an experience at that, but one that is truly memorable.